Jarrad, how much more comfortable are you in a 4-3 scheme versus where you were in Detroit, where you were in a 3-4 scheme?
I really like it a lot. I got a little bit of a background in this scheme, something similar to what we did in college. All 4 years, it was a little variated last 2 years of my college career, but I'm very familiar with what we got going on. It just comes down to really at this point just getting back familiar with it. You know what I mean? It's like hopping back on that bike. So I really enjoy this scheme. I like it a lot. It allows us to really just show who we are as athletes, all 11 players on the field at the same time. You know what I mean? So it really lets us just be who we are out there as individuals
When
and
you
come
were in
together as a collective.
when you were there in Detroit, your first couple years, you were able to play a little bit 43, but you were in the middle. So, do you have any experience playing outside linebacker? Like it seems like you're gonna be doing next to CJ, or I guess playing now outside next to CJ. How comfortable are you, and how does it kind of fit your strengths?
I mean, just knowing the defense and everything like that, just being familiar with it already, like it kind of helps me like understand what I have to do. But like being in that position, it's a matter of me just coming out there and really working the technique every single day, and just making sure that I really sharpen those skills, just so that I feel comfortable out there, and then the guys around me feel comfortable with me in that position as well.
What has it been like working with CJ, and how much has he kind of been able to make this transition easier for you?
I mean, it's been exciting, man. I honestly love being able to have someone of that caliber next to me. You know what I mean? I know everybody else out there does too. Just being able to have someone who is, as locked in and focused on his job as he is, just helps raise the bar and the expectation of, what you're going to come to work and do every single day. So, I mean, having somebody of his caliber out there, man, it really helps just naturally set the tone. You know what I mean? It's not like you go out there and you focus on making CJ proud or focus on making whoever proud. But it's just like, he set a tone, he's made a name for himself in this league. And just seeing him work, it allows us to all just really come out there and raise the bar, and it gives us so to say, a mark to hit.
CJ hasn't played really in 2 years. Can you tell that at all? Is there any rust that you've seen, or can you see no effects of that at all?
Oh man, I mean, this dude comes to work every single day, and it's so early in the process right now that we're all not even really focused on that, man. We're just all happy to have him out there with us. Um, it just shows his leadership and everything that he does. He brings that to the table every single day, whether he's saying something or whether it's just through his actions. Every day, this guy is out there just really working. So, I mean, we're definitely not focused on that at all, to be honest. So, honestly, I can't give you a real answer to that.
Jarrad, you were obviously a first round pick in Detroit and got off, such a promising start in your career. And then last year, all of a sudden, your playing time was really limited to, a really low percentage of plays. What happened?
I mean, honestly, I don't know. I don't know. There's a lot of things that I had to check myself and reevaluate and go back and look at the process. And, there's things that I feel like happen in both parties. But at the end of the day, that's in Detroit. I haven't really thought much about it since I signed with the Jets. And, I just know that there's certain things that I need to do to make sure that, I come out and just bring the best me every single day, no matter what the circumstance is, no matter what the situation is. I feel like that was a great learning experience for me. It really made me appreciate the game even more than I did before.
Did you have some sort of conflict with the coaching staff? Was there a
Oh,
disagreement?
no, not at all. Not at all. It's just, I mean, I feel like that was just the business of the game, to be honest. I feel like my performance probably could have been better or whatever. You could put it on many things, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, that's what it is. And there's no hard feelings, no bad blood, just understanding that this is the business of the NFL.
So this almost feels like a rebirth for you, a fresh start, starting over.
I mean, I definitely feel very excited to be here in New York, man. I mean, just with the scheme, with Coach Sala, with the players that are out here right now, like I'm really happy to be able to be on a team, that's this young and this talented. I mean, every single day we get to come out here and compete, and I feel extremely blessed to be in a position like this, because it didn't have to go this way. It didn't have to go this way at all. So I'm just very thankful to be in this position. And I mean, for lack of a better term, you could call it a rebirth.
Jarrad, how would you describe Coach Ulrich and his style? He seems like he's very high energy, which Robert is as well. How would you describe his personality and his coaching style, and where you think you'll fit in his scheme?
I mean, with Brick, man, I mean, he just, old school linebacker. He still got it in him every single day. He brings that energy, he brings that fire, and it's something that helps push us as players. And then there's a bunch of former players on the defensive staff too that they come out there with that same mentality that they had when they were playing. You can see it just leaking out of them and oozing off of them, man. And we really let that energy, infect our group every chance we get, every chance that we're out there. There's up and down days, but we still try to really, make sure that we're pushing to meet a certain standard. As far as how I fit, man, I'm really excited to just see what they want to do with me. I know we're all in this evaluation stage, but I'm just going out there and putting my best foot forward and just showing them what I can do. And I'm excited to see, where everything shakes out.
Just as a follow, what are the things that you see in him, like as a former player? How does that manifest itself as a coach? And how much can that help when you have a former player, running your defense?
I mean, this definitely helps connect a lot, just with the energy, the mentality, the state of being that you have to be when you step out there on the field, that they can totally relate to it, and they can see the film and they already know like what we're thinking without us even explaining something. They can see our body language. They can see just like our mannerisms through all our movements on the field. They know what's going on. They can see something and see a false move or see a smoother, transition or whatever. And they know like, okay, this guy's got it, or he's still struggling. He's still working to get it. So, it helps out when it comes time to sit down in the film room and just really hash everything out and just, iron out all the wrinkles with what we got going on. So, I mean, all those guys, man, they know they know what to scratch. When we're itching, they know what to scratch, and it helps us just continue to just on our journey in an upward pattern of getting better and progressing every day.
And how close are you with Marcus Maye from your days in Florida? And I know he's dealing with some business stuff right now, but how much have you been in communication with him before coming here and then after signing here?
I mean, it's been a minute since I really talked to him, man. Since I went in Detroit and he came up here, we played the Jets maybe once or twice, and we connected on the field after the game and whatnot. But through our time apart, we kind of lost that connection a little bit. But it's still there, you know what I'm saying? It's still there. It's all love in every aspect of it. We once a Gator, always a Gator, no matter where you're at, no matter what colors you're wearing. So I'm excited to see how his situation plays out. And I hope nothing but the best for him, man. He deserves it. He's putting in work. He showed what he can do in this league, and man, he's doing what he needs to do to, make his situation the best he can for him. And sometimes it's tough to step away from your teammates. I can only imagine how he feels right now to be in this position, but he's also very blessed to be in this position, man. So I just hope the best for him. I hope he keeps his head up and just stays positive throughout the whole process, man. We'll be here when he gets here, So just excited to see how it all turns out for real.
Jarrad, one thing that Robert Saleh talks a lot about with defensive line is, creating penetration, knockback, driving offensive lineman back. How much easier does that make your job once, the defensive line is doing their job, knocking offensive lineman back, making running backs have to go east and west versus north and south? How much easier does that make your job?
I mean, it makes things a lot easier. This is one of those defenses, man, which is really exciting. Like, either you're going to have a lot of games where the linebackers are going to make a lot of plays or the D-line is going to make a lot of plays. It's going to be one or the other. Just because the offensive line is going to have to really choose who they're going to block. Are you going to let the D-line run through and just wreak havoc in the backfield, or are you going to double team these guys, and then now you're going to let the linebackers come and top everything off? It's just a matter of us being efficient and just really getting a feel for, okay, who's out here? What do we have going on? How does he like to play this? And then playing behind them. I mean, we're linebackers, we back the D-line up, you know what I mean? We're right in the middle of the defense, and it's something that, it's really exciting, man. Like, it makes our job a lot easier. It's a matter of a true feel at that point, D-line being so aggressive and attacking and whatnot. It's just the linebackers, it just really lets us be truly instinctual out there and not really have to think too much.
And with a quick follow up, how is Nasruddin from Florida State? How is Sherwood from Auburn? How have they made that transition from your eyes going from safety to linebacker?
And those two guys right there, man, they look really, really good. And the whole group, honestly, like our whole linebacker room, man, we got a solid group, nothing but talented dudes in there that honestly we're all just growing every single day and pushing each other, man. Like it's competition at its highest level. Like these guys came in and they don't miss a blink. Like they know what to do in the pass game, they know what to do in the run game. And it's just as we continue to go on, everybody's just gonna keep getting better and better. And just I'm really excited to see how those guys pan out, man, because in this type of scheme right here, I feel like those two definitely gonna have a long career ahead of them.
You agreed to a deal with the Jets really quickly in free agency, if I remember right. I think it was like the first day. What was it that sold you so quickly on this rather than, I'm sure you could have explored a lot of situations with other teams, but what sold you on the Jets?
I mean, there's just so many different scenarios and so many different takes on the situation. But I feel like just seeing what San Francisco defense was all about and just knowing what the scheme was going to be like, I think that's the biggest thing, to be honest, man. Is somewhere where I feel like I could truly come and just simplify, and then just truly be JD out there. You know what I'm saying? Let it fly, and don't have to worry about anything else after that. You know, and it's coming out. It's proven every single day out there on that field, man. I'm just really excited to be here. To be real, like it's like me taking a fresh breath of air. You know.
We'll take a couple more for Jarrad.
Yeah, you talked about learning from that experience in Detroit. Just how is your approach different now, both on and off the field, than it was maybe a year or two ago?
I mean, I feel like my whole life, man, I've been playing this game since I was 6 years old. So I was playing this game since I was 6 years old. And I feel like a lot of people I know, a lot of the things that I've gotten in this life have been because of my success on the field, you know what I mean, as a football player. So when I got into the league, I feel like there was a moment, like a little sneaky moment in my life where things kind of transitioned and my identity really got built and tied into this game and me as a football player. So I think the biggest lesson I learned, man, is that this is just a game and the game can't love me back, you know? But at the same time, once I realized that it's hard to explain, but my understanding and my belief and everything has allowed me to just really relax and just be who I'm going to be and let every day be what it's going to be. You know, I get my effort still high, my passion still high, my drive, my determination, everything is still high. And honestly, it's even higher because the stakes aren't even that high anymore. So I can just go out there and just be free and have fun, man. And it's just allowed me to really just be me at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? It was a tough time in Detroit, not being able to play, but that time just where I had to sit back and watch guys play and be supportive to my teammates, man. It was challenging because it was a position that I haven't been in a long time. And it just really showed me, man, I got too many eggs in this basket. And I kind of need to even things out to take care of JD the person, you know?